In real estate, there is this saying that any property can be sold. So today we'll be looking at this interesting and also very little bit sensitive topic, and that is, why is your property not selling? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I talk about real estate, investing, home care and more. And I appreciate if you can hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and this will help with YouTube's algorithm for this video and this channel. So let's tone it down a little bit from why your property is not selling to why it's taking so long for your property to sell. And number one is because of the pricing. You check online on all those property portals and you found that your neighbors are selling for $1 million. So you also want to sell for $1 million. So online on these property portals, houses may be going at $1 million. But recent transactions showed that the average pricing was at $800,000. So there's quite a big gap difference here in terms of the pricing. So you have to be more realistic about pricing your house here. And online prices on these online property portals may be the market price, but the real market prices are the recent transacted prices. So here in Malaysia, you can go to sites like Bricks, or you can check the recent transaction on The Edge or Property Guru or iProperty. So to you, your house may be worth $1 million, but to the buyers, when they check online and they find that the recent transactions is $800,000, this may put them off from viewing your property or even inquiring for it. So if you want to learn how to price your house based on my experience, you can actually follow this guide. For houses that are above $1 million, the margin tends to be in the percentages. Usually we're looking at about 5 to 10%. And for houses that are below 1 million, maybe about 900,000, 800,000 or 500,000, 600,000. The margin usually is about $10 to $20,000. So number two is the location. So when buying a property, the mantra that we always follow is location, location, location. And this is also true to apply when selling a property. So in terms of location, we're not looking at the overall location. We're going to be looking at it more specifically. So maybe your house is located next to a negative element. And what do I mean by negative element? So maybe your house is located along the main road where it is noisy and there's a lot of traffic. And in terms of pollution, there's a car pollution and noise pollution. So people who are looking for houses that are in quiet locations may not be interested. And the other negative elements are such as maybe your house is next to a sewage plant or an electricity substation or high tension tower. So these are concerns for pollution, radiation, or thirdly, your house may be located on the T-junction and there's a road directly facing the house. So for some people with religious and certain beliefs, they may not like such a house because a road directly facing the house means that there are negative elements and negative energy directly facing the house. So number three is house direction. We have north, south, east, and west. So in Malaysia, if you don't have a compass, you can always look at the astro dish. It is always facing west direction. So out of these four directions, the direction that has the most rejection and direction that is less favored upon is the west direction. West direction is very practically also because it is the direction where the sun sets and it gets hot towards the end of the day. Religious beliefs and practices also play a role in the house direction. Certain house directions may be more favorable than the other. So based on my experiences so far, the direction that most people tend to prefer are the east direction, and for certain beliefs and cultures, maybe even the north direction. And number four is the house number. So of course we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. But here in Malaysia, there is 1, 2, 3 and 3A or even sometimes 2A or 2B. So in a Chinese culture and belief, the number 4 is an unlucky number. So based on my experience, usually Chinese buyers tend not to prefer houses with number 4. So for example, houses number 4 or 14 or 24 or 34 and so forth, they tend not to get as much interest as other house numbers. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below on how religious beliefs affect decision making on house numbers and directions. So number 5 is the real estate agent. The agent is not advertising your property on the property portal, on social media. Maybe the agent is not spending enough time and effort and money to actively advertise your property to attract in buyers. There are some agents who just take listings and properties and just wait for a buyer to just come one day instead of actively working on it. Because the real estate agent is self-employed, So there's no salary, there's no insurance, there's no medical benefits, there's no EPF or retirement savings for the agent to rely on. So it can be quite costly, especially to subscribe to the property portals and to market the properties online and offline. At the end of the day, any property or house can actually be sold. It's just a matter of time and the right pricing. So there's a property located along the main road and the house is facing a T-junction. So the road is busy with cars passing by and there's a traffic light directly in front of the house. So cars will always stop and pass by. And the house is also facing west and it is numbered 4. So eventually the house was sold and the buyer was actually looking for a house and he actually liked the location of the house because number one, it is located along the main road and it's also along the T-junction because the buyer's business was a car repair business. So being along the T-junction and also where there's a lot of traffic and the traffic light, so cars passing by and stopping at the traffic light will take immediate notice of his business. And as for the west-facing direction, in the evening time it is a peak period, especially for cars, people driving by to go back home from work. This is a good location for him. So thanks for listening. I appreciate if you can leave your comment below on today's topic. You can like this video and subscribe to my channel. And this will help out with today's video and this channel.